Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon here. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Some spots seeing a little bit more rainfall in the area today. Others seeing some quieter, more sunny weather. And this is a look here, live look outside from your Lewis Noto live camera. This is a view from Assisi Heights here in the Rochester region. You can see that sun moving through those clouds here today. So looking at some nice sunshine in the Med City here at this hour. Things though a little bit differently towards the Winona area. Still seeing a few clouds. And there are some showers happening in North Iowa here at this point in time. Temperatures still above average, just sitting into the 60s here at this point in time. So enjoying temperatures anywhere from the low to mid 60s, even upper 60s in Winona currently. And dew points kind of fluctuating a little bit as well. We're looking at dew points in the 40s for Winona and Rochester. So very comfortable air, a little bit more touch of humidity there towards Austin and Mason City. We are looking at winds pretty light though. You can see in parts of the region looking at some cloud cover, as I mentioned with Winona there, but we're also looking at some showers and thunderstorms moving through the area. So mainly south of I-90 here at this point in time, some light to moderate rain showers, some thunderstorms making their way through Alameda County here at this point in time. Nothing severe for us locally. However, zooming further out, you can see with the frontal boundary that's draped over the region, parts of North Iowa could be looking at maybe some strong to severe thunderstorm activity here this afternoon. You can see down towards the Des Moines region looking at some severe thunderstorm activity in that direction. So that frontal boundary will be the main driver here for storm development within the warm sector. In terms of that severe threat, any activity should stay a better chance in North Iowa, where we have a level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat. And I do think that severe threat should be waning here in the next few hours as that front continues to push to the east. So if you're in the Rochester area, things are quiet, dry, even a little sunny. We'll see quiet weather here continuing for the rest of this evening. Heading into tomorrow, area-wide, everyone gets a break from the rain and the thunderstorm activity, with temperatures into the 70s for those afternoon high temperatures and some really beautiful sunshine. However, storm chances returning for Friday. We do have a first alert day ahead. The threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms in the region on Friday. Right now we have a level 2 to a level 3 out of a level 5 for portions of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So I'll break down more of those first alert forecast details on what's ahead for Friday coming up later on the broadcast. Midwest Access. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon, enjoying some beautiful sunshine here in the Rochester area at this hour. Parts of North Iowa, though, seeing quite a bit of cloud cover, even seeing a few showers and thunderstorms rumble through the area. Here's a live look outside from your Lewis Noto live camera from Assisi Heights. You can see those beautiful blue skies here and that wonderful sunshine poking through. Temperature-wise, into the 60s here at this point in time. Some spots seeing some lower humidity here at this point. Rochester in the 40s for those dew points, right about 50 there in Winona, but seeing a little bit more humidity down towards Mason City and Austin as well. We are keeping an eye on a frontal boundary moving through the area that's sparking some thunderstorms in the area. Severe storms possible as well. I think most of that activity, though, should stay to our east and to our south. Here's a look at future track radar. You can see those quiet skies here in Rochester, back towards the I-35 region. Charles City starting to dry out now. Still seeing some shower and thunderstorm activity towards Decorah into Winneshiek and Alameda County. Even some rain still in portions of Houston County. But most of that severe weather just to our east and to our south. We have this frontal boundary draped over portions of the viewing area, so severe weather activity should be more limited, more isolated for the area. But at this point in time, I think as this front continues to push further east, this activity should stay out of our area. So most of these thunderstorms starting to exit northeast Iowa, so we should be clearing out the conditions here heading into the rest of this evening. Looking at that severe storm outlook, you can see that North Iowa has the better chance of seeing any strong to severe thunderstorm activity. But like I said, I think most of this activity should be pretty much out of our area, that severe threat waning over the next hour or two. Let's take a look at future track, timing things out here for tonight as this frontal boundary continues to push east, pushing those storms out of the region. Things much quieter here by later on this evening. So by 7 o'clock, I think we're pretty much done for in terms of any rain activity. Will be dry for a few hours. There's a chance, models hinting at maybe a little bit more redevelopment here later on tonight. So by about 10, 11 o'clock, maybe portions of North Iowa seeing a few showers and thunderstorms redeveloping. I don't think that severe threat is existing for any of those late night thunderstorm activities. But again, this particular model run does bring that thunderstorm activity in overnight, but I think the greater the chance of that staying much more limited for the area. Heading into tomorrow morning, we'll see temperatures mild into the 40s here, 7 a.m. Quiet skies. We'll enjoy some beautiful sunshine tomorrow. High temperatures very summer-like into those 70s for afternoon high temperatures. Parts of North Iowa maybe even approaching those 80s for highs. So looking ahead, though, to Friday, though, enjoy the quiet weather tomorrow because Friday will be a lot more active. First alert day is ahead with a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms in the area. We have potentially all hazards maybe at play. At this point in time, majority of the viewing area is in that level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat. However, portions of North Iowa just starting to get clipped by that level 3 threat. So I do think the greater threat for severe activity should stay just to our south and to our east. However, we're not completely severe free here looking ahead to Friday. So keeping a close eye on Friday as it is a first alert day. Temperatures feeling very summer-like here the next 2 days with highs in the 70s. We will see that cold front coming through. That's going to spark those thunderstorms, dropping temperatures into this weekend, but quieter weather ahead this weekend and into next week. We will enjoy some beautiful weather here for our Thursday before our first alert day on Friday, where we track the threat for some strong severe thunderstorms in the area. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen has the latest on those first alert forecast details, and we see you at the top of the hour next. We are gearing up for a first alert day on the way for Friday as we track the threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms moving into the area. Tomorrow, though, the good news is things will be on the quiet side, but preparing you and giving you that first alert to an alert day heading our way by the end of the work week. Things a lot quieter here at this point in time as we check in with your future track radar. Seeing some sunshine even in the Rochester area. We did have a few showers and thunderstorms moving through North Iowa within the last couple of hours. Frontal boundary pushing along more strong to severe thunderstorms in the area. The good news is our region missing out on that activity. So things will look a lot quieter here through the rest of tonight. We may have to watch out for some areas of patchy fog heading into the overnight and especially into tomorrow morning for that commute. Looking ahead to tomorrow, though, looking forward to some very summer-like conditions here as we track some 60s by the midday, 40s to kick off the day. By the afternoon, though, tracking more sunshine and temperatures into the 70s. Really looking at a beautiful, beautiful day here for our Thursday before we gear up for yet another first alert day with more potential for strong to severe thunderstorms on the way by Friday.
Just when the weather office thought there might be a little bit of a break.
I know.
All right, Sarah, we'll check back soon. Thank you.
And there were some spots of North Iowa here this afternoon. That's off few showers and thunderstorms. That now clearing out. The rest of tonight, area-wide looking quiet, and we'll see some gradual clearing. Temperatures looking to hold mild as we prepare for a gorgeous Thursday forecast. We'll talk more about those upcoming details, including sunshine and some 70s. However, we're keeping a very close eye on Friday. A first alert day is in store. I have all those first alert forecast details for you next. Enjoying some really nice conditions out here this evening. We managed to sneak in a little sunshine here for the tail end of our Wednesday. So if you're hoping to get outside a little bit tonight, a good opportunity to do so. Just take a walk, enjoy some fresh air. Quiet skies out there at this point in time here as we check in with your Lewis Donato live camera. Temperatures locally sitting into the 60s here at this point in time. Looks like there may be a bit of a sensor issue or error there in the Winona area. So kind of discrediting that here at this point in time. Looking at future track radar, seeing that cloud cover decreasing in the area. A lot of that clearing sky in place here for much of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. Portions of North Iowa, though, earlier this afternoon, it did see some showers and thunderstorms rumbling through the area. We have a frontal boundary similar to yesterday, just kind of skirting through portions of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. So that did produce some severe weather, not locally, though, for us. Some good news there. All of that activity to our east and to our south. So as this front continues to push east, it's taking all of that thunderstorm activity. It's taking away the cloud cover, so leaving us with a beautiful evening for the region. One thing, though, we may have to watch out for some areas of fog developing later on overnight, and especially into that morning commute. So use some extra caution as you hit the roads tomorrow and head out the door. We could be looking at maybe some patchy fog developing in portions of southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. A mild start to the day, though. Here's a look at morning temperatures around 7 a.m. We'll be looking at those temps sitting into those upper 40s here, mainly across the board, and pretty much clearing skies. We'll look to see some nice sunshine once that fog burns off. By the afternoon, a beautiful, beautiful day is on tap. We'll see widespread sunshine and high temperatures there in the 70s, potentially pushing towards that 80-degree mark in a few locations south of I-90 tomorrow afternoon. So great opportunity to get outside and enjoy that gorgeous weather because Friday, another first alert day is on tap. It's been a very active week for us here in the region. continuing on with that trend for our Friday. We are tracking the threat for additional strong to severe thunderstorms for the area. Right now, about a level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat for the local area. Potentially all hazards may be at play, but that tornadic threat may be on the lower side of that severe threat. Hoping to gain more information on this system tomorrow, but looking at that severe storm outlook for Friday, here is a look at that level 2 out of a level 5 threat for southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. That level 3 threat just to our south and to our east, however, clipping a couple of our North Iowa counties. So we're monitoring Friday's situation very closely for us here in the region. Heading into that 10-day forecast, looking at that first alert day for Friday. Soak up that beautiful weather tomorrow before we endure more showers and storms come Friday. But temperatures, though, taking a bit of a nosedive briefly into the 40s here for this weekend. But at least we should be looking at a multi-day stretch of some quiet, dry weather. However, there may be a few additional showers and storms potentially on the way by the end of next week, but taking advantage of the dry weather where we can right now.
Where we can get it, right. Yes. Sarah, thank you.
We check in with Nick.
Let's take another look at that 10-day forecast here this evening, getting ready for a gorgeous Thursday. If you are looking for the best day of the week to get outside, tomorrow is the day. We're tracking high temperatures into the mid-70s here for the Rochester area. Other spots, especially south of I-90 and closer to the I-35 region, could be approaching that 80-degree mark tomorrow. So a gorgeous day, widespread sunshine. Zero rain in the forecast for your Thursday. However, that changes heading into Friday, where we track the chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms on the way and a first alert day as well. So continuing to keep a very close eye on Friday, especially into the afternoon and potentially evening hours, but we may be looking at that timeline adjusting a little bit earlier. The good news is once we clear this active weather on Friday, tracking a quiet weekend, a little cooler. It'll be a bit of a hard adjustment going from those 70s back to the 40s for highs. We do rebound back to the 60s next week and multiple days there with some dry conditions. So kind of having to wait out that stormy weather to get to the beautiful weather that's in store for next week.
It's tricky that the cold's over the weekend.
I know.
Did I hear too there's a chance of just some flurries, light snow on Saturday?
Oh, I hope not.
I won't say anything.
Here's hoping, right? Thanks for joining us for your news at 6 o'clock.
Should we tell Sarah by not saying something? She's kind of said something. What do you think?
Implied.
Turning our attention now to the weather. Meteorologist Sarah Gannon is live on our weather patio. Sarah, a nice little breather for you as we're coming off a couple of days with severe weather coverage, and we'll take advantage of the downtime while we can.
Absolutely, Bronca. The weather today has been quite beautiful. A little wet still for some folks in North Iowa. Those high temperatures today climbing into the 60s. So very mild here today, above average. However, like I mentioned, parts of the area staying dry all day today, like Rochester, but folks at some spots in North Iowa picking up a little bit more rainfall. The good news is most of that activity is done and out of the area here. We may still see a couple rumbles of thunder, a few sprinkles into portions of far northeastern Iowa there, Winneshiek, Almaquee County here over the next couple of hours. But the severe threat is gone here for tonight, and we're looking to see much quieter weather heading into our Thursday, where we'll track sunshine and 70s. A beautiful, beautiful day is in store. We'll see high temperatures there climbing into the 70s by tomorrow afternoon, and plenty of sunshine. Our best day to get outside because we are tracking more storms come Friday. Another first alert day is in store. It's been a very active week. We start the week off with severe weather, and we're looking to end the week with a threat for a strong to severe storm. So more on those details for our storm threat for Friday is ahead in your first alert weather, Brock.
I like your way of thinking. We'll take advantage of tomorrow while it's here.
Yes.
See you soon, Sarah. Thank you.
And it certainly has been an active start here to the work week, transitioning into some beautiful weather for our Thursday. We'll look to see temperatures starting off the morning into the 40s, maybe some low 50s in our warmer spots, but climbing into 60s by the lunch hour, 70s into the afternoon, and widespread sunshine. Things looking fabulous tomorrow. However, we are tracking a first alert day for Friday. More showers and storms, even strong storms on the way. Latest first alert forecast details for next. We have been looking at some quieter weather here today, a bit of a break in the action. However, this break will be very short-lived as we track another round of strong to severe thunderstorms possible on Friday. An alert day heading our way for Friday. That will be in place as we track that threat for some strong storms. Right now, we're looking at a level 2 out of level 5 severe threat for the area. Potentially all hazards may be at play. Still fine-tuning some of that timing information here for the area, but taking a look at our severe storm outlook, much of the area does have that level 2 threat for severe storms, becoming less of a concern further to the west that we head. However, as you head further east and to the south, looking at a level 3 threat for portions of very far northeast Iowa, we'll continue to keep an eye on that threat. Right now, timing looks to put storm initiation closer to those early afternoon hours. We're going to keep a close eye on that. And again, all hazards may be at play, but leaning more towards wind and hail as being those primary threats for storms that initiate on Friday. This evening, kind of wrapping up a little bit more moisture. Parts of North Iowa did see a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity earlier today, kind of dodging that severe threat that was over portions of North Iowa. Much of that activity now out of our area, maybe a couple lingering showers, but severe activity has been staying to the east and to the south, kind of riding along a frontal boundary, very similar to yesterday. That severe activity, though, missing our local area. So some great news there. Heading into tonight, we may have to watch out for some areas of patchy fog overnight and into that early morning commute. So monitor that closely as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Some areas of fog. Temperature-wise, tomorrow, the afternoon will be absolutely beautiful. We'll be looking at high temperatures here tomorrow, mainly into the 70s, especially if you are east of the I-35 region. Rochester area, about mid-70s for highs. Many towns, though, could potentially be approaching those upper 70s. Notice off to the west, though, towards St. James, New Ulm, Fairmont, even towards Algona, could be looking at some low to mid-80s. So a warm stretch on the way tomorrow, and that will be just in time to kind of help set the stage for those thunderstorms to develop heading into our Friday. And a reminder, this week is Severe Weather Awareness Week happening tomorrow. We have our statewide tornado drill. So reminders that if you hear those sirens going off tomorrow at 1:45 in the afternoon and then again at 6:45 in the evening, the sirens will sound for about 3 minutes here, but it's a good opportunity here during Severe Weather Awareness Week to practice your severe weather safety plan and heading to your safe spot should we see maybe on Friday or throughout the upcoming severe weather season, maybe some dangerous storms heading our way. So good opportunity to take advantage of a safe time to practice that plan. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast here for the Mankato area, looking at some warm summer-like conditions here heading into tomorrow. Things getting chilly by this weekend. Temps on the backside of this cold front will be dropping back into the 40s. We will rebound nicely later next week. A look at that 10-day forecast for the Rochester area. Beautiful weather tomorrow. Get outside and enjoy it. Tracking that severe storm threat for Friday with a first alert day. Chilly, though, for this weekend, but trading those 40s out for 60s later next week.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs here, right?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate it, Sarah. Thanks so much.
Looking at some beautiful weather on the way for our Thursday, tracking high temperatures here into the 70s by the afternoon. Easily could be looking at some spots to our south and to the west with high temperatures approaching that 80-degree mark. So looking at some warm, almost summer-like conditions tomorrow with beautiful sun. However, looking at some stormy conditions once again for Friday. A first alert day is ahead. We'll talk more about those storm concerns for Friday in your first alert forecast next.
Meteorologist Sarah Gannon is standing by. Sarah, I see we've added to our weather patio out there some nice pansies, it looks like, and definitely colorful as we are gearing up for a beautiful day tomorrow.
Hey, Brock, things looking absolutely gorgeous, just like these flowers behind me. Definitely has us feeling and thinking like spring. Temperatures will certainly reflect that here, even though tomorrow they may feel a little more summer-like. We're tracking some gorgeous weather on the way for our Thursday. However, that dry day, that quiet day is short-lived as we have a first alert day ahead for the area on Friday, tracking the threat for some isolated strong storms in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. The weekend, though, looking to feature a brief cool down with highs in the 40s. So enjoy these summer-like conditions here while we are able to. Looking at satellite and radar, we've been dodging some showers and thunderstorms, mainly impacting North Iowa. A severe threat here non-existent for tonight. So just maybe a couple lingering sprinkles in parts of North Iowa. Otherwise, looking at a quiet night overnight for the area as we prepare for a beautiful and quiet Thursday. We did have the chance for a little bit of some patchy fog. Visibility forecast not quite picking that up here at this hour, but just watch out for some areas of patchy fog heading into tomorrow morning's commute. Otherwise, gearing up and keeping a close eye on the forecast ahead of Friday. A first alert day is in store. We're currently looking at a level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat for much of the local area. We'll break down more of those first alert forecast details on that alert day that's ahead for Friday in just a few minutes here later on in the broadcast, I should say.
We are standing by, Sarah. Thank you so much.
We continue to keep an eye on our severe storm threat for Friday. First alert day is in store. Before that, though, looking to get a brief break in the wet weather and enjoy widespread sunshine and highs in the 70s here for our Thursday. We'll talk more about that first alert forecast and our alert day that's in store for Friday. That's ahead next. We are continuing to track a first alert day that's in store for the region on Friday. Strong storms, maybe even some severe storms possible in the area for Friday. Currently looking at a level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat, and possibly all hazards may be at play. However, I think wind and hail may be the dominant source of those hazards here for the area on Friday. Still fine-tuning some of those timing details, but right now leaning towards afternoon into the early evening for timing-wise for the local area. Here's a look at that severe storm outlook. You can see that level 3 threat just clipping portions of far southeast Minnesota into northern Iowa there. Greater threat, though, greater concern for those that level 3 threat, though, you can see off to our east and especially to our south through the midsection here of the United States. The bulk of our local area, though, in that level 2 threat. So timing-wise, again, I think that will play a role in how much or how strong those thunderstorms could be in our local area. So continuing to fine-tune that tomorrow as more model data comes out. But I think afternoon into those very early evening hours may be the best timing-wise currently to see that severe threat for Friday. This evening, things a lot quieter here compared to the active start to the work week. Looking at future track radar, there is a chance maybe a couple sprinkles, a few stray showers to pass through, but things should be a lot quieter and especially drying out here this evening. Parts of North Iowa did see some thunderstorm and some shower activity earlier today, and that was along a frontal boundary that was draped through the area. Now as this activity and this front pushes further east, storms moving with it, so our severe threat locally done for. We are all quiet here for the rest of tonight, minus a couple of those stray showers that may bubble up. There's a chance we may see a little bit of some patchy fog overnight and into early tomorrow morning. So just use some caution before you head out the door moving into that morning commute tomorrow. But once we see that fog burn off, looking forward to some beautiful sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Check out tomorrow's forecast. High temperatures expected to be anywhere from the mid 70s on the cooler side to upper 70s, especially east of the I-35 region. Looking towards Blue Earth, the Albert Lea, Fairmont, St. James, New Ulm, potentially into those lower, maybe even mid 80s. So certainly a few spots, especially in North Iowa and west of the I-35 corridor, could be looking at some very summer-like conditions. And it's already been an active week here so far. More storms may be possible there on Friday. Friendly reminder here as we are in Severe Weather Awareness Week this week. Tomorrow is the Minnesota State Tornado Drill. We'll see hear those sirens going off twice tomorrow, once in the afternoon, 1:45 p.m. and again at 6:45 p.m. Friendly reminder, this is a great opportunity to safely and calmly be able to practice those planned exits strategies in terms of your severe weather plan. So great opportunity to take advantage of that practice, whether you're at home, at school, or maybe even at work, especially with those midday ones. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast for the Mankato area, tracking cooler temperatures heading into this weekend. A couple spots, may even see a few flurries come Saturday, but things certainly drying up heading into next week. A much needed break in all of that rainy action on the way. Reminder, though, that we do have a first alert day for Friday, tracking those storm chances for the area. Hopefully, timing-wise, if we can see these storms initiate closer to lunchtime, lower threat of severe storms. But if we see them developing later in the afternoon, greater threat for severe storms. So,
and yeah, like what we saw on Monday, right?
Yes.
The timing there was kind of perfect. All those elements came together. So
yes.
I see what you're saying. We appreciate it, Sarah. Thanks. Good to see you.
Sarah?
Thanks, Nick. Here's one more look at that 10-day forecast, tracking some gorgeous weather on the way for our Thursday. First alert day, though, in place for Friday as we track the threat for some strong severe thunderstorms in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. back behind the cold front that's going to drive those thunderstorms through the area. Looking at some cooler temperatures here for this weekend with highs there in the 40s. It does not last long, though. That cool down, tracking 60s back above average temperatures by next weekend. Looks like multiple days in a row with some dry and sunny conditions.
Too bad those cold temps have to come right for the weekend, right?
I know.
Yeah. All right, we'll get there eventually. Sarah, thank you, and thanks for being with us tonight at 9, everyone. We wish you a wonderful evening.
Rochester managed to stay on the dry side here throughout much of today. However, parts of North Iowa did see a little more shower and thunderstorm activity. Still keeping an eye on a couple thunderstorms that may rumble through portions of far northeast Iowa. Seeing some thunderstorms just north of the Waterloo area, maybe clipping Floyd County, heading towards Winneshiek and Alma-Key counties. So you may see a few flashes of lightning here, a little thunder, see a little bit of some rain activity, but severe weather not expected here tonight. The majority of us will stay quiet, and we'll clear out all of that rain activity here within the next couple of hours. Keeping an eye, though, on the potential for some areas of patchy fog overnight and into that morning commute. Not everyone will see the fog, but some spots may see a little bit of some patchy fog. So just use extra caution heading into tomorrow morning's commute. By the afternoon, beautiful, beautiful weather here for our Thursday. Certainly get outside, take advantage of the great weather because it will not last long. Very short-lived here. We'll see highs tomorrow into the 70s. Some spots maybe approaching that 80-degree mark and widespread sun. We do have a first alert day ahead for Friday, tracking the threat for some strong, maybe even some severe thunderstorms. Still fine-tuning some of those forecast details, but potentially all hazards may be at play. Timing may play a role as well, and if we can get these thunderstorms to that severe criteria. So more details coming up.
All right, we will circle back soon, Sarah. Thank you.
We are gearing up for a first alert day on the way on Friday. The threat for some strong, maybe even severe in the area. Before that, though, we do get a beautiful day. Tomorrow, our Thursday, we'll see high temperatures into the 70s, feeling very summer-like with widespread sunshine. I'll break down all those forecast details for you in your first alert weather next. We managed some quiet skies out there today for parts of Minnesota. However, North Iowa did see a little more shower and thunderstorm activity here earlier today. We managed to miss out on the severe weather. However, another round of severe storms is possible in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa on Friday. A first alert day is ahead as we track the threat for more strong, even severe thunderstorms possible. Right now, most of the area is under a level 2 out of a level 5 severe threat. All hazards potentially at play. However, I think wind and hail will likely be our dominant concerns. Timing could play a big role on whether we see just some stronger thunderstorms or if we could even see some severe storms. So right now, timing wise, looking to be into the afternoon, potentially extending into those early evening hours. However, if we see storms initiating closer to noontime, that may limit the severity that our area sees. So still some fine tuning, especially when it comes to timing and impacts here for that severe threat. But right now we do have the majority of the KTDC viewing area in that level 2 severe threat. Just clipping our southern edge here, you can see the brown, that level 3 threat for us locally, again on our far southern edge. Mainly east and south, though, of the viewing area is 3 severe threat, so keeping a better chance at some severe storms, maybe just outside of our viewing area, but it could be close. We'll keep a close eye on where that cold front ends up initiating those thunderstorms. This evening, things a lot quieter. However, we have been keeping an eye on some thunderstorms just to our south there, coming out of the Waterloo region. So we may see a few rumbles of hear a few rumbles of thunder, see a few flashes of lightning into portions of Floyd, Alma-Key, Winneshiek counties here this evening, but severe threat has waned. We are done for that concern tonight. All of that pushing further to the east for any severe concerns locally. Overnight, we may see an opportunity for some areas of patchy fog that could potentially extend to that morning commute tomorrow. So just use some extra caution heading out the door for your Thursday morning commute. And I've got to say, Thursday's forecast looking absolutely beautiful. So if you're able to get outside, enjoy some widespread sunshine. High temperatures tomorrow will look to range anywhere from around the mid 70s to upper 70s, potentially along the Highway 18 corridor, along the I-35 region as well. Could possibly be pushing that 80-degree mark. So a very summer-like day on the way tomorrow. Enjoy these great conditions because then we have that severe threat for Friday. And with the beautiful weather, an opportunity to prepare for any severe storms that may be on the way. This week is the Severe Weather Awareness Week, and tomorrow is Minnesota's state tornado drill. So you'll hear those sirens going off for about 3 minutes tomorrow. First in the afternoon about 1:45, and then again in the evening at 6:45. So this is a great opportunity opportunity to practice that severe safety plan that you may have at work or even at home. Great opportunity to practice with the kiddos as well with that evening tornado drill. Again, tomorrow's weather looking beautiful. No severe weather expected. Not even any rain is expected. So if you hear those tornado sirens, it's that outdoor warning siren, just that practice for tomorrow. But it'll come in handy after what has been an active start to the week. And with our first alert day on Friday, severe conditions maybe rounding out the work week for the area.
Yeah, first alert day Monday, first alert day Friday. It's been a busy week in the weather office.
It sure has.
All right, Sarah, thank you for that first.
Let's take another look at your 7-day forecast for Austin, Mason City, and Winona. Gorgeous weather for tomorrow. Looking at high temperatures into the 70s, maybe even approaching that 80-degree mark in some locations. Widespread sun. It will be the best day of the week here to get outside. Tracking more warmth into Friday. However, a first alert day in place for Friday due to the concern for some strong to severe thunderstorms to make their way through the area. That will be fired off along a cold front. So on the backside of that frontal boundary, we'll be looking at some chillier temperatures come Saturday and Sunday with highs into the 40s, maybe even some 50s in the warmer spots on Sunday. The good news is, though, drying conditions for several days in a row. Opportunity to kind of break up that wet weather that we've been seeing so far this week, tracking some warmer, above average temperatures heading into next week with more sunny skies. Nick? Beautiful weather in store for the area on Thursday. Here's one last look at that 10-day forecast. Tomorrow is the day to get outside. Widespread sunshine, no rain in the forecast tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. A couple spots, especially on our southern edge in North Iowa towards I-35 region, could be looking at high temperatures approaching that 80-degree mark. However, keeping a very close eye on Friday. First alert day in store as we track the threat for some strong, even severe thunderstorms possible. We may potentially have all hazards at play. Timing, though, may be a factor in how strong those thunderstorms could end up being. So keeping a very close eye on Friday. Temperatures, though, getting pretty chilly. Well, 40s for highs there by the weekend on the backside of that cold front. But we look to rebound very nicely next weekend. Multiple days with sunshine and some dry conditions.
We're going to be a little surprised to see that orb in the sky, huh?
I know, right?
All right. Thanks so much for joining us for your news, weather, and sports tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll see you again in the morning. Stay with us online and on our KTDC News app. Good night.